Hi, you guys. Good morning. Happy Friday. I still see that spinning ball, so I don't know what's going on if I'm actually live. Okay, I'm live now. Hi. I hope some of you pop on. I know lots will watch the recording, and that's amazing. Sorry, my hair is seriously a mess, you guys. So if you're in Ontario, drop me I don't know, a thumbs down if you're in Ontario, if you're in Canada. And we are in lockdown again, and I did not get my hair done when I had the chance. So now I'm a gray-haired looking lady with, oh, my hair needs to be cut. I just had to clean my house because my cleaning ladies can't come, like first world problems, right? But wow, is anyone else just kind of getting so tired of all this? I know anyone that's in the US, I think things for you guys are kind of turning around. Everybody's getting vaccinated, and it feels like you guys have it together. And we are sitting over here, I don't even know what's going on, but we're in lockdown. Like, we cannot go anywhere. The only stores open are stores that are like essential, like majorly essential, grocery stores. So anyways, whatever, it is what it is. I would love to hear from you guys. Can you throw a heart in the comments if you can hear me? That would be amazing. Today, we are going to talk about content, creating content that converts. It is so important, you guys. You need to have a plan. You cannot just hope. Hi, Melinda, how are you? You cannot just post and pray on social media anymore. You just can't. Cute little quotes, not really putting any thought into your content or planning your week. It just doesn't work anymore because there's so many of us on social media trying to do the same thing. So, and it's just such an awesome platform to use, but there are strategic ways of using it that are really going to be to your benefit. There's some prep work that you can do every single week or every single month that will really have you, hi Tara, how are you? It'll really have you seeing some major results. And the only reason I come in here and say that with so much passion is because I see it happen in my business and on my team month after month after month. I have a very strategic flow to my business. And if you pay attention to me, you can actually see it go down every single month. Every single week, I have a very focused plan. I know what I'm selling, and I know what kind of value I'm going to give that will relate to the thing that I'm selling. Because right now, that's what people want. They want value. They want to learn something when they come on social media. They love being inspired. Everybody loves being inspired, or they love laughing. Reels are really funny right now. They do love all of that. But they also, hi Shannon, how are you? But they also want to come and get information. And you know what else they're coming to social media for? To buy stuff. They really are coming on social media to buy stuff. So we're in a really good situation if we do it properly. And some of us aren't doing it properly. And I don't mean that I don't even mean that it's because you're being salesy. There's just no plan. So it's just kind of coming across as like posting and spraying and praying, right? Like just like throwing something up there and hoping that someone's gonna like it, and hoping a hashtag maybe is gonna work, and hoping that someone's gonna comment. Well, if you create content a strategic way, you're gonna have people commenting, you're gonna have people liking, and better than all of that, you're gonna have people showing up in your inbox wanting to buy from you. How do I know? Because it truthfully, and I don't say this to toot my horn, I really do not, but since I started implementing this a few years ago, people do show up in my inbox. They do answer my polls and not just accidentally click them. They actually want information. And it's always been enough to get to my goals every single month and far surpass them. So I want to share this with you today, these 3 really great strategies to help you build content. Some of you will have heard this before. If you've been following me, I know some of you have been in my courses, Shannon, Tara, you've been in Gracefully Grow. This isn't new information. And the beauty of that is once you master it, you just put it on repeat. My month is on repeat every single month because it's working and it gets me to my goals every single month. So I just keep doing it. So once you know this strategy and how to put it in place, it's pretty simple. So number one, who has their worksheets? If you didn't get that, I'll post that in the comments again. I should have done that before, but anyways, it's all over the page. If you scroll back to some other posts, you'll see the link to get your worksheets, okay? You can get your worksheets for this specific training, and they're important because they really do have some tidbits that are gonna help you do this, okay? So make sure you download those or print them off, okay? All you have to do is give your email address. That's the only way I can get this to you. So just do it. I don't spam anyone, I promise. I hardly ever email you. Okay, so tip number one, and this is gonna drive you crazy because some of you don't know this yet, but you're gonna have to figure out your ideal client. You cannot just randomly be talking to everybody. It just doesn't work anymore. I've said it so many times. I've done so many trainings. The niche training that I said I was going to take away that's probably worth $100, just that niche training, is still in this group. So go find it. Go search albums, search live videos, search the word niche, nail your niche. That training is here and it will help you define your ideal client. You need to know who that person is, whether it's a man, woman, what problems they have, why you want to help them. You need to figure out what category you're in, what's your industry, what's your category, and then what is your specific problem you're going to solve. The more specific, the better. The more specific I get in my niche, the better the results. So that truthfully is step one. That's not part of this training today. I've done tons of them, but you really need to take the time to figure that out. It will change your business. You're not married to it. You do not have to have the same niche. I have had different niches in the past 7 years, several different niches in the past 7 years. So just pick something. Just dang well go and pick something and stop overthinking this, okay? Stop overthinking it, just pick it. My niche right now is intermittent fasting. I don't know, will I be fasting in 6 months? I have no idea. The other day I was like, oh, maybe I want to talk about raising confident daughters. I thought, oh, maybe I'll make that my niche someday. Like, I don't know, you just can figure it out, you guys. Just pick something and go with it. And I promise you, once you do that, your business is already going to be easier just by doing that one thing and knowing what you specifically want to talk about and what you specifically want to help people with. Thank you, Liz. You're so kind. You'll have to catch the replay. That's cool. That's why live videos, I love them. They just stay alive in this page. Okay. Step number two. I want you to take out that worksheet and you can see that I have 2 categories. Your ideal client is what it says at top, and it's got the struggles and challenges that that person faces and the desires and how that person wants to feel. I want you to brain dump like you've never brain dumped before. What are the struggles and challenges that your ideal client is actually facing? Okay, so like, here's a little helpful tip. You were probably her a couple years ago, a couple months ago, a couple weeks ago. This does not mean you have to be like an expert. Like, I didn't create intermittent fasting. I'm just doing it. I'm just doing it. I'm the messenger. I'm the person that helps other people. I'm the person that won't mind researching intermittent fasting for hours on end, and that I can bring the information to people. I can support them. It doesn't mean that I am like a registered intermittent faster. It just means that I'm really interested in it, and I'm a couple steps ahead other people. I can help them. So what are you? What are you helping people through? What that's how you're going to figure out your ideal client and your niche. That's how you're going to figure that out. And now you want to get into the head. So that means for some of you, just going back to your brain a couple months ago, or a couple weeks ago, or a couple years ago. How were you feeling? So for me, I can go back to last year at this time. I was just getting back from my vacation, and my aunt had started talking about intermittent fasting. And I was really, really against it. I was really against it. I was really resistant to it. But I was feeling so gross. I had no energy. I felt so gross on that vacation in my bathing suit. I hated the way I looked. I felt so disappointed in myself. I was embarrassed. Here I am, this health coach, and I can't even get it together. I wasn't sleeping. My skin was breaking out. Like, all of these things were happening. Those were all of the challenges that I can remember. So how can you bring that to your ideal client? Like, what's your ideal client struggling with? Melinda, I'm looking at your name. So you're in makeup, like skincare. What kind of things is that woman struggling with? Is it like she doesn't have time? She's all of a sudden looking at herself in the mirror and she's like, oh my gosh, I just look so old and tired. I need to figure out something that's easy, that I can help with these wrinkles and like whatever. Like, what are they struggling with? You need to figure this out. You need to figure this out. What are the struggles? And then on the other side of that sheet, it's the desires. How does she want to feel? How does that person want to feel? Well, I want to feel like I can put my makeup on in 5 minutes and look like these glamour girls on Instagram. I want it to be that easy. I want to know how to do all those lines and then blend her all in with my brush, and just like happens in 5 minutes and I look amazing. That's how I want. I want to look younger. I want to look in the mirror and think, okay, you're 46, but you still got it. Like, it's not that bad. That's me. That might not, like, that's maybe not your ideal client, but what are her desires? You guys, I have sheets and sheets and sheets and sheets of those struggles and challenges versus desires and how they want to feel. Because when I have sheets of that written out, when I've taken the time to brain dump that, posting is so simple. It is so easy because I just go to those sheets and I say to myself, okay, well, today I want to help this woman with her nutrition. Well, I know that she's confused. She is so irritated because she feels like she's eating healthy, but she's still gaining weight. So I want to talk to that woman about her weight loss accelerating foods. Yeah, you know what? You possibly are eating a lot of great stuff, but it's not working because those foods aren't working for you, and I'm going to help you figure them out. That's a challenge, and she wants to figure them out. She wants to figure them out because she knows when she does, she's going to lose the weight, right? So I'll talk to her about that in my post. So I want you to take, I think I gave you 2 pages of that. I want you to brain dump struggles and challenges versus desires and how they want to feel. And on that 3rd page, I actually gave you some like Mad Libs. I hope that's what they're called because that's what I called them on the worksheet. Okay, I just had to pull up my worksheet because I forgot to print mine off. And I want to make sure I'm saying what I have down there. Sorry, guys. Can't get into my computer now. Okay. Where is my worksheet? Here it is. So here's some questions that you can ask yourself and put yourself into your ideal client's head. If I could blank, I'd be blank. If I could just lose 10 pounds, I would be able to go on vacation this summer and wear my bathing suit and play with my kids on the beach. That's a Mad Lib. If I could only have blank, if I could only have something that would help me figure out how to apply my makeup. If I could only be 20 pounds lighter, if I could only be better in the kitchen, if I could only be more prepared so I could meal plan, if I could only be, I can't think of it anymore. Okay. if I could only have help with, okay, I'm going to think of some of my doTERRA ladies. If I could only have help with figuring out my little girl's dry skin eczema, if I could only have help with the headaches that I keep suffering from, if I could only have help with making cleaning easier at home right now when I'm doing it myself. If this only existed, I really would love it if blank. My life would be so much better if blank. If blank was different, I'd be blank. I know this sounds like blankety blank, 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 but the truth is, if you sit with that sheet of paper and you really dive into those questions, they are going to help you get those struggles versus desires really, really clear. And when you have that clearly in front of you, when you have those pages in front of you with the struggles versus desires, your content becomes so easy. Because when you're writing a piece of content, and we're going to dive a little bit into this next week on my training on Friday, but when you're going to write a piece of content, you're going to acknowledge the struggle. You're going to say, I get it. Like, I get this is how you're feeling. Are you feeling overwhelmed because you can't seem to get anyone to comment on your posts? Do you feel like it doesn't even matter anymore if you post because nothing happens, no one's seeing it? Do you feel like you're just throwing spaghetti on the wall and hoping that it'll work? Well, I get it. I get it because that was me too. Until I figured out these 3 steps to creating amazing content. And now I can do it quickly. My business is simple and people are reaching out to work with me. Wouldn't you love that? Okay, did all of you just think, oh my gosh, like she's just speaking to me? Like that's exactly what I would love to have happen. How many people would love that to happen? Well, you guys, you're my ideal clients. I know what you're struggling with. I know because I was you, because I can create content for you, because I've done this exercise. You are my ideal client for my other business, the Contagious community. That's why you're in here. You're my ideal client. Network marketers who really, truthfully want to make this a business, but you can't seem to figure it out. You can't seem to figure this out. You're not getting the support that you need that will help you make sales in a way that feels really, really good to you. So I know your struggles and I know your desires and I have them all written out. So when I go to create content on social media, I just go to that sheet of paper and I'm like, perfect, this is what I'm going to talk about. And that's why I want to help you guys make this so much simpler. So when you have this stuff written and you've taken the time to think about it, instead of just like, you know, Sunday comes and you're like, oh, well, just post another recipe. Oh, they get a few likes. But no one knows that you have any expertise when you're just randomly throwing up recipes, randomly throwing up stock images. You have to know how you're going to actually solve problems for your ideal client. You have to know what her problems and struggles are, and then how you are actually going to solve them for her. Okay, so those are the 3 tips. As I said, I'm gonna come back in here next week on our quick tip Fridays that always last like 20 minutes. I can never be quick. And I'm gonna break down a piece of content and how you actually use this stuff that you're doing today. So that's your homework. Come next week with the struggles versus desires. Come with those Mad Libs filled out for your ideal client, and then we're gonna put a piece of content together. And next week, I also have a huge announcement, which I'm so excited about. It is nothing that you've heard me talk about before. I'm not relaunching Gracefully Grow. I am not doing my mastermind again. Like none of those things are happening again. I have something really new and exciting coming, which falls in line that would help every single one of you. And I'm super pumped. I'll be talking about it next week. It is going to launch next week. Why don't I just put that on paper so I get my butt in gear and do it. But it is going to be so incredible. I cannot wait. Get your teams inside this community. Make sure you tag them in this video. I will put the link to the worksheets so everyone can print them off. There's like 5 pages and it's really valuable. It'll really, really help you. Okay, love you guys. I hope you have an awesome weekend, and thank you for commenting. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys so much. I really truthfully do. It makes me happy to see you here wanting to learn how to build this business in a way that's going to be simple but effective. That's what we want. Simple but effective, and it feels really, really good.